Flambeau Radio.
Flambeau Radio.
Sparks knowledge, ignites skills, sphere of flame that forges learning.
Flambeau Radio.
99.9 megahertz in your radio dial. You are tuned in to Flambeau Radio, the campus radio of the Isabela School of Arts and Trades, the prime mover of TechVoc education in the Cagayan Valley region. Now connecting to the community via sound waves to expand its reach to the 21st century learners.
Flambeau Radio
is a channel that broadcasts lessons of the Department of Education to enrich teaching and learning process, hoisting the flagship of enduring education, believing that our future rests on the hands of our youth. Flambeau Radio.
Flambeau Radio, at your service in education.
A blissful day, my dear senior high school learners. Once again, thank you for tuning in. This is Ma'am Nichar, your radio teacher in Creative Nonfiction class on air. Before we start, you are expected to bring with you your learning activity sheet or module, pen, and other learning materials you need for the entire duration of our radio broadcast instruction. Okay, let's get started. During our first learning episode, we took up the literary genres and literary conventions. Besides, we defined creative nonfiction. Apart from that, you have performed and answered various activities from your week 1 module. For your second week module class, you are expected to create samples of different literary elements based on one's experience, like the use of imageries and figures of speech in sharing your emotions. I guess everybody is now ready for a new lesson. Yes, we are now set to start a formal discussion in today's learning episode on different literary elements. Literary elements are information that you have been encountering since your elementary days. These are elements that help the author to express their thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions in the most aesthetic ways, and sometimes also used to conceal and to lighten up the choice of words. Now, for your first learning task, kindly turn your module to page 18. You are going to recall the literary elements that you remember. Using the templates in your module class, you are going to provide 5 literary elements together with their definitions and examples. Please do not answer in the module. Do the activity on a separate sheet of paper. Write your complete name and section. Don't forget to write Module 2 Learning Task 1 on top of your paper or answer sheet. When you're done with your first task, proceed to your second learning task on page 19. This time, you are going to think of possible sources of contents about your personal experiences that you may use to create outputs using literary elements. Write 5 personal experiences in your answer sheet. Remember my instruction in your first learning task class? On top of your answer sheet, always write Module 2 and the number of your learning tasks. Moreover, in your third learning task class, the instruction says that With your prior knowledge on literary elements and the possible sources of contents about your personal experiences, write the possible literary elements that can be used in telling your personal experiences in the most creative way. Do this on a separate sheet of paper, following the same instruction that I gave you in your first and second learning tests. Meantime, let us pause for a short break. And when we return, we will discuss the common literary devices and the reasons to use literary elements in writing.
Hi, Maria! Are you done with our narrative essay in reading and writing?
No, Julia, I don't think I can make one.
Huh? But why? Were you present in our online class when our teacher discussed it?
Yes, I was.
Then why can't you make the activity?
You see, Julia, I am not good in English. It's very difficult for me to understand the language.
Did you tell our teacher about it?
No, I'm shy to tell her that I'm having a hard time.
Maria, you need to be honest. Our teacher kept on reminding us that we can send personal messages to her if we cannot understand the lessons clearly. She won't get mad, I assure you. She just wants us to be honest enough so that she'll know what to do.
You think so?
Yes, of course. That's what I did. I was able to make the activity because our teacher helped me understand the lesson. As a matter of fact, she delightedly answered all my questions.
Really? But I think I still can't.
Why are you saying you can't? Did you even try?
No.
Then try it first before saying you can't do it. Believe in yourself, Maria, because our teachers believe in us so much.
You're right, Julia. I think I should try it first before saying that it's difficult. And I also think that I should not feel scared to approach our teacher. After all, no one will help me but her. Thank you so much, Julia.
You're always welcome, Maria. But don't forget, I am also here to help you. What are friends for, right?
Thank you so much, Julia. I am so lucky to have you.
Remember, Isatians, trying is way better than quitting. A friendly reminder from Isat Radio.
All right. Welcome back, my dear senior high school learners, for our second learning episode in creative nonfiction. I would like to encourage everyone to please feel free to send your answers and reactions regarding our topic to make our learning journey more meaningful and interactive. Okay, according to Hadger's class, literary elements as writing techniques used to create artistic spatial effects that immerse or involve the reader into a narrative, story, or text. Literary elements are specific ways that storytellers use words in specific patterns to tell their stories. They are considered as main tools in a writer's toolbox. Now, class, what are the most common literary devices used in literature, art, and everyday language? Popular literary devices include allusion, diction, foreshadowing, imagery, and the most common literary devices used in literature are metaphor, simile, personification, hyperbole, and symbolism. Moving further, let's get to know the reasons to use literary elements in writing. The number one rule is to show, don't tell. You have to illustrate the story to your readers. Using literary elements will clearly help the readers to establish the scenarios of the stories. Utilizing these elements will help you to have vivid or clear illustrations. Readers do not want story to be told, but rather to see the storyline by showing it to them. Readers want to know what the characters' perceptions, emotions, and what the characters see in the story and how would they react on this. This is where the use of literary elements come into play. By utilizing literary element techniques in your literary outputs, you will form an interesting and unforgettable experience to your readers. I am optimistic that you have read and studied the different literary elements in your module. Let me check if you have understood them. I have prepared 10 questions here. Get ready for the first question. Please write your answers on a separate sheet of paper and send them in our official Creative Nonfiction group chat or messenger. Alright, for our first 5 questions, I want you to identify the literary element being described in each item. I will read each item twice. Are you ready, class? For our first question, this is a literary device that appeals to the reader's physical senses. I'll repeat. This is a literary device that appeals to the reader's physical senses. What is your answer? Here's our second question. What literary element refers to a clue at what will happen next or at some point in the story? I'll repeat. What literary element refers to a clue at what will happen next or at some point in the story? So what is your answer, class? Now, let us move on to item number 3. This is a combination of contrasting or opposite words. This is a combination of contrasting or opposite words. What is your answer, class? Now, get ready for item number 4. What literary element refers to an interjected scene that takes the narrative back in time from the current point in the story? I'll repeat. What literary element refers to an interjected scene that takes the narrative back in time from the current point in the story? We shall now proceed to item number 5. This literary element is usually used in expressing exaggerated statements. It is an extreme exaggeration of a real event or situation. I'll repeat. This literary element is usually used in expressing exaggerated statements. It is an extreme exaggeration of a real event or situation. Meantime, here is a shortcut for some reminders.
Flambeau Radio
Flambeau Radio.
sparks knowledge, ignites skills, sphere of flame that forges learning.
Flambeau Radio.
99.9 megahertz in your radio dial. You are tuned in to Flambeau Radio, the campus radio of the Isabela School of Arts and Trades, the prime mover of textbook education in the Cagayan Valley region. now connecting to the community via sound waves to expand its reach to the 21st century learners.
Flambeau Radio
Is a channel that broadcasts lessons of the Department of Education to enrich teaching and learning process, hoisting the flagship of enduring education, believing that our future rests on the hands of our youth. Flambeau Radio.
Flambeau Radio, at your service in education.
Mom! What's wrong, Rika? Are you okay? Mom, my teacher asked me to do infomercial about our subject as part of our performance task. That's great! I know you can do that. I'm not sure, Mom. But why? I feel nervous, Mom. I am thinking of my schoolworks. I am not yet done in my modules. I don't even submitted my summative test. I am not sure if I have time to do it. You know, Rika, it's a matter of time management and good study habits. Time management and good study habits? What's that, Mom? Time management is the ability to use your time productively and efficiently, while good study habits are study techniques that enhance the students to realize their full potentials. Now I know what to do. I will make a list of things to be done and start a good study habit. In this way, I can finish my schoolwork on time without compromising the quality of my work. You were absolutely right. When you do things without rushing, you will have the best output. Thanks, Mom. I need to go now and I will now start managing my time. Okay, Rika. Study well. Always check your priorities. A gentle reminder is a chance from 99.9 Flambeau Radio.
Hello! And now we are back to continue on with the remaining 5 questions to intensify your learning regarding our topic and in order for you to answer all the activities that follow with ease and confidence. Alright! How are you, my dear learners? I hope you're still alive and kicking while listening to 99.9 megahertz Flambeau Radio, your school on air. Still, this is your radio teacher, Ma'am Nichar. This time for the second set of our questions, I'll be giving you examples and you are going to identify the literary element used in each item. Did you get it? Well, let's get started. For items 6 to 10, you are going to identify the literary element used in each sentence. Okay, for item number 6, here is the sentence. My love for you is like this river flow. It won't stop. I'll repeat. My love for you is like this river flow. It won't stop. What's your answer, class? Let us now proceed to item number 7. The wind sings so loud a song. The wind sings so loud a song. Let us now move on to item number 8. As I unveiled the beige curtain of my cottage window, I witnessed a picturesque view of Palawan. It was intensively heaven. I'll repeat. As I unveiled the beige curtain of my cottage window, I witnessed a picturesque view of Palawan. It was intensively heaven. So what is your answer, class? Let's move on to question number 9. Cring, cring, cring. The telephone rings. I'll repeat. Cring, cring, cring. The telephone rings. And for the last item, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I'll repeat. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. What's your answer, class? You may now send your answers into our messenger, or you may just put your answer sheet in your Module 2 folder. Alright, class, we will reveal the answers when we get back after a short break.
Have you finished your modules yet, Jenny? I am trying to complete my module, Mom. I noticed that part of my module in all my subjects is a presence of reflection. My advisor always reminds me, though, to accomplish it no matter what. Why is that? Jenny, reflection is a powerful tool to have better learning experiences. Really, Mom? How? Doing reflection in learning is a way of allowing learners like you to step back from your learning experience, helping you to develop critical thinking skills and improve on future performance by analyzing what you have learned and how far have you reached. So, Mom, when I reflect on my learning experiences, I am given the opportunity to share my accomplishments, struggles, and moments of confusion. And that makes me more directed what to do next because I know my personal strengths and I am aware of what to focus on with my learning. In that way, my teachers will also know of the things their students need more in instruction. You got it, Jenny. Wow, not just that, Mom. I realize that doing reflection means I am in charge of my learning, and that makes me getting better each day as a student. That's my girl. A friendly reminder from the Department of Education and this station.
Yes, welcome back to our class on air. Let us now reveal the answers. Are you ready, class? For question number 1, this is a literary device that appeals to the reader's physical senses. What is your answer, class? The answer is imagery. How about item number 2? What literary element refers to a clue at what will happen next or at some point in the story? The answer is foreshadowing. Moving on to question number 3. This is a combination of contrasting or opposite words. The answer is oxymoron. We use oxymoron as our literary element when we combine contrasting or opposite words in a statement. For instance, the experience says that we had were really bittersweet memories to us. In this example, class, what is the contrasting idea or opposite words? The words bitter and sweet are the opposite words in the sentence. How about item number 4? What is your answer, class? What literary element refers to an interjected scene that takes the narrative back in time from the current point in the story? The answer for number 4 is flashback. We shall now proceed to item number 5. This literary element is usually used in expressing exaggerated statements. It is an extreme exaggeration of a real event or situation. What is your answer? An extreme exaggeration of a real event or situation is called hyperbole. Next, number 6. Here's the sentence. My love for you is like this river flow. It won't stop. What is your answer, class? Obviously, this is an example of simile. The answer for number 6 is simile. Let us now proceed to item number 7. The wind sings so loud a song. So, what is your answer, class? The answer for number 7 is personification. Personification is a representation making an animal, object, or an element have human qualities or behave like a human being. The wind sings so loud a song. This example, the wind is given a human attribute, the ability to sing. Does the wind really sing? No. The wind creates sounds that seem music to our ears. As the verb sing is a human action attributed to the wind. Let us now move on to item number 8. As I unveiled the beige curtain of my cottage window, I witnessed a picturesque view of Palawan. What is your answer? The answer for number 8 is imagery. How about number 9? Cring, 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 the telephone rings. What is your answer, class? The answer for number 9 is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a word or phrase that conveys the sound of something. How about the last item? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. What is your answer, class? This is an example of a paradox. A sentence or a phrase that appears contradictory but implies some kind of truth. Alright, having understood the different literary elements and the reasons to use these literary devices in writing, you are now ready to answer your 4th learning task on page 24 of your module. Please use separate answer sheets, class. And don't forget to label them with your complete name, section, our subject, creative nonfiction, and our topic on different literary elements. That would be your last activity in today's learning episode. If you have questions, please send them to our official Creative Nonfiction group chat or messenger. Thank you for listening, class. I hope you had a great learning experience with me on air. Once again, this is Teacher Nichar Rumengan, your radio teacher in Creative Nonfiction. Always maintain an enthusiasm for learning throughout your life. Stay safe, stay home, study well, and may God bless us all. Until our next learning episode. Goodbye, my dear learners.